Morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? Just out here in the triticale field, and this is right next to that power station and where we had lots of deer damage. Wes is out here from Sask Crop Insurance. I'm kind of looking at the plants because we are going to cut and bale this, so they gotta, I guess, what do you call that, Wes? What are you doing?
We're just doing a yield appraisal.
Yeah, a yield appraisal. So he's counting plants inside of his hoop, and because we're gonna cut and bale, that way we can get an estimate on what the field will be. We'll take a few counts, but I'm looking at the plants and see here, it's because it's been so hot and dry, the stuff is burning up from the top here down, and there's next to nothing in the head. I got a whole bunch of liberal NDP friggin' triticale, nothing in the head. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We got lots of carnies running around out here. At this point, we got to convert them. Maybe with this rain they'll convert, but yeah, so that's what's going on. Right here, it's short. I'll just leave Wes alone to do his stuff. There's some areas where, like on average, we're sitting basically mid-thigh so far on lots of the field. There is some areas where it's pretty decent. It's like right over here. In this area, it's waist high, but it's hit and miss, right? I wish the whole field was like this where I'm standing right now. It's in flower stage. You see this stuff right here? So it's flowering. It's just making seed head. Even though it's headed out, it's just making seed head right now. So it'll be nice to get this cut, baled off, and see what kind of yield we get as far as bales go. But she's ripening up. It's turning at the ground level, and I don't know nothing about this triticale. First time I've ever seen it or grown it. Is that natural? I'm hoping that if we get it cut here right away, that it'll rejuvenate and come back, and the cows can come in here and graze it. That's my biggest hope. See, there's some more flower. So, but like I said, at the same token, lots of these might not do anything because they're starting to burn up from the top of the seed head. Lots of you guys have seen me in this field before, and in the bigger open areas you can see that shepherd's purse type weed, but on average that's really the only weed out here, and I'd say it's fairly clean considering we have done absolutely nothing in this field as far as spraying it or anything like that. But it's really, you look across it, it's high here, it's low here, and it's high over there. And so now with some rain, maybe these heads will fill a little bit better, and we can actually go to town at getting it cut. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. If anybody out there has grown this triticale before, you tell me what you think. And yeah, she's, in my estimation, like that's not right. It's definitely lacking probably some nutrient. Maybe we should have hired somebody and sprayed it with a liquid nitrogen in the spring. Maybe that would have helped it. But it'll be what it'll be. So I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty, done with crop insurance. Now these last two girls that just finally calved, well, the black one anyway, the red one was week 10 days ago. Send them out to the pasture. Because believe it or not, this black one, a cow, if everything goes good and they clean proper and they're in good health, they can come into heat 9 days after they calve. So potentially, she could come into heat and get bred right away. If you miss that 9-day period, then you skip to every 3 weeks. There. And they're going to come out here and they're going to fight and wrestle around and do their thing, but whatever. And cows keep coming back to that scratcher. Mind you, that's where the salt and mineral block is too. Alrighty. I'm gonna let you guys go. We gotta go check on some other cows yet today. Later. Well, we just moved these girls into this other grass paddock. And I got an oiler out here. It's the first time there's been an oiler on this property in years and years and years. So they're loaded up on salt and mineral blocks. I got to get their protein tub moved over, but I can do that in the future. Everybody's happy. Now we got to get home, load up with some fence pickets and staples and wire and so on and so forth, and go do some fencing. So Maxie's looking totally awesome. He looks really good. Checking the girls out. Sweet. On to the next job. Well, she found a steel bar and the fence stretcher that fell off the side-by-side.
Right where you fixed.
Because you didn't pick it up like you said you would.
Don't start. I'll hit you with this pipe.
That's not a pipe. Anyways, so as you can see, the grass is getting kind of short right here, but this pretty much every night our heifers come down to the buildings right here, and this is where they sleep. This is where they spend the evening, right down in here every night. We didn't train them to do that, but that's what they do. Anyways, there's still lots of grass up over the hill going through these trees farther back that way, but it is shorter. They've chewed it and it's mixed with a lot of old stuff. I'll give you guys an example. What? Yeah. It's grass like this stuff here. So you got green grass that wants to come through, but you got all this old grass. And they're getting picky and they don't want to chew on that old stuff. So what they've started doing, and because this is like a half circle, this fence right here, it's in a circle or half circle. You can't keep it tight. I did not build this part. We did not really touch this part. The page wire is junk that's on here. It was never installed proper. So my plan is to, and they're sticking their heads through. You can see how they've sticking their heads through and eating the grass back, that big stuff. So we're gonna move them to the other side of the yard, basically. And when we move them, then I'm gonna rip this out, and it's not gonna be a goddamn circle. Build your fence, build it proper. I'm still not gonna build it 100% the way I want to, because it's not my property. So I have to stay within their boundaries, so to speak. But it's gonna be better than it is right now. So anyway, we've got the fence on the other half of the yard all fixed up so that we could move them. So yeah, I guess that's what we're doing now, because I don't want to start opening this up and then have them come down and get out on us. So I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll talk to you later. So this is the other half of the yard. And it extends out. If they go around this little corral area, they could get inside the corral from that corner. Plus they can go in behind the house and all the way back up to the road that way. So right now they're not interested in grain anymore. Not with all the grass here. So that'll keep them happy for a few days. But they still will have to come back through here to get water. Anywho, talk to you guys later. Morning, everybody. There we are. Just got done switching the bucket out. Had the round bale spear on Big Blue here. But when you're trying to push posts in the ground, yeah, even though we did have like an inch of rain, basically that's all we got was an inch. Not quite, just slightly under 9/10. Anyways, the round bale spear, it's not quite heavy enough to push the posts in. So with this bucket, I don't know how much it weighs, but that bucket with the grapple on, that's like another friggin', I'm gonna guess 2,500 pounds. And over at the neighbor's place where the heifers are, we need to tear some fence down and rebuild and make it somewhat proper again. So I tried pushing a bigger post in for a corner post or a bracing post, and it would not, I couldn't get it in worth shit. So we'll try it with this guy. Anywho, that's what's happening. So I'm gonna get heading over there. CP will be along shortly with side by side and all the majority of the tools that are required, so I can just get to work when I get there. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. We'll bring you back a little bit later on. Alrighty guys, I haven't really made any videoing here today at all, but you saw the mess that this fence was, and it used to come way out to here, because that's why that big grass is there. So from the corner of that building, it came at a curve way out, and then it went that way. So we chopped trees and we pushed bush, pushed that all back. Literally took the old wire and the whatever the hell the landowner did, all of their garbage, and just pushed it into the pile. And then started from scratch. Got a brace down there. Put our posts in here because I'm not pulling from here. All this is a corner. So it's braced to the inside to hold that sucker straight. Because this is pulling it that way. And this is pulling it inward also. So you don't necessarily have to have a brace going here or here. Definitely need one to the inside. So I just put a little guy there. This isn't pulled super tight, but it's tight enough. 7-foot posts, 42-inch page wire, a barbed wire on the very top. I'm going to get another one and run it along the middle. I'm not putting one at the bottom. There's no need. Not with this stuff. And then on the end, hi babe.
Hi.
What we're doing, because there's a, now I know this isn't the proper way of doing this, but it's how I do it. I take a post and I wrap my page wire all around the post on the end, and then I pull the whole thing tight and then wire that post to the actual brace post. I got to get a couple more smoothies on here just to help hold it solid. But to close this off here, I got a chunk of this stuff, and we're gonna just staple it to the corner of the building and to the brace post. So literally all we got to do now is get that second wire on, and that's it. She's a done deal. So I'm gonna let you guys go. We're gonna finish this off. I'm sure I got more than enough for a video for this. Give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Fun, fun, fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch y'all later. Wire unroller works. Sweet. There, finally. They're getting a drink. They've been locked out of here because we were working on that. I gave them treats in the manger down there too. Hey girl? Yeah, a little gantish because they haven't had water all day in this heat. And it's warm. For you guys that said the brands were really badly blotched, that looks alright to me. It's not bad blotch. There you go. Sweet. Happy girls now. And I don't have to worry about them pushing through the fence, and the landlord got her field fence / page wire. Alrighty. I guess it's a good day. Later.